My name's Heather. I'm going to be talking about fire performance. And why would you want to listen to me anyways? So I started doing fire in 2011. I performed with a number of troops. Many of them were going to Burning Man, like this one, and a number of local troops as well. I've been a professional since 2013. That just basically means that people started paying me. And I've taught safety and been safety lead for a number of troops as well. And I'm just gonna say, like, this is, don't try this at home. Like, don't want to get in trouble. All right. So, first I'm going to talk about what is fire performance. Talk about safety, the types of props, the types of fuel. Then I will do a demo and talk about where you can catch a show. So, let's see if that works. All right. So, what is fire performance? It's playing with fire. You can get, dancy flow stuff. You can get highly technical. You can sometimes see like really unique props. But it all kind of comes down to the same thing. All right, so safety. One thing you want is a safety person. This is my safety person today. You'll also want a safety. Also on a safety blanket. So this is like your blankie from home. This is Duvetine. It's basically what goes on theaters. That's super black, and it's also highly fire retardant. Also, people use oftentimes towels, wet towels, that sort of thing. Next big thing is clothing. I'm wearing primarily cotton. At least all of it's at least 80% cotton if it's a blend. But you want to do natural fibers, so denim, cotton, leather, bear skin. It's all good. Sometimes you'll see people wearing other materials. The reason you want natural materials is that when you catch fire, it will burn, it won't melt to your skin. So, and it's when you catch fire, not if. But yeah, sometimes you'll see people wearing like fishnets or other materials. People can make their own choices, but nobody's going to be wearing that if I'm like responsible for them. So also know your props and check your props. Don't just find something, pick it up and light it on fire. Play with it first, figure out what it does, and then check them every time, because I have seen people, send like flying balls of fire into a crowd. So make sure they're, some people will have a fire extinguisher. I've never needed one. I've known people who have. We won't need one tonight. 2 points that I didn't put on. If you have long hair, you're going to want to tie that back.
I think it's so green, right?
And you're going to want to be sober, so I haven't gotten to drink this yet. So that was safety. Now I'm going to go about talking about some of the props. I've been saying props a lot.
Let's get green throw.
What is a prop? It's essentially Kevlar. This is Kevlar woven with cotton, and you put this on metal. Oftentimes steel, sometimes aluminum. But the other time, like occasionally you'll see people doing like fire breathing or fire spitting, as I like to call it. That's not a prop, but otherwise you're going to be using a prop of some sort. And actually they do use these for fire breathing. Some of the other props you're going to see, toys. So those are going to be the balls on the end of chains. Sometimes you'll see like glow versions and stuff of clubs. There's also fans.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
Which I just dropped on the ground. But there we go. This is a number of them. They're usually between 3 to 5 or 7 prongs and coming off of a central thing. All right, and then we also. All right. Staff, so pretty self-explanatory. Big wicks on the end of a long stick. Then you can also get into dragon staff. I'm terrible with this clicker. So basically you take the staff, you have 4 prongs or so off the ends, and you spit them. Hoops, basically hula hoops with little wicks, either off or in. Snakes, so those are basically koi, but really long, and they get really heavy when you're fueled, so make sure you have some endurance when you light one of those up. And levee. So you've been seeing more of these, but just kind of make this like float. And then unique props. So this person has fire wings. I've seen parasols, wings, giant fire monsters. Basically, if you can like dream of it and like make it out of steel and tie some wick to it, you've got a fire prop. All right, that were props, so I'm going to talk about fuel. The first type of fuel that you're going to see most often is white gas. Fire Performance really likes this. It's got a low flash point, so that means that it vaporizes at room temperature. And it's the vapors that burn, not the liquid. Also, because it evaporates, spills will evaporate quickly, leaves no residue, ignites quickly, it transfers well, and I'll talk more about the transferring during the demo. It burns bright, and it's easily available. You can pretty much buy it at most Ace Hardwares, Food Farm, that sort of thing. And then upload. That is the other one that you're going to see. It is primarily used for fire breathing. It has a high flash point. That means there's no blowback or transfer risk. So when somebody's like, spitting it out, it's not going to come back and burn their lips. It has a mid-sized flame. It's found at most camp stores, and it's hard to clean and messy. So most of the times when you see a fire breather, they're going to have a rag like in their hand or around their wrist, and they're going to be wiping their face and neck a lot, and that's because all of that liquid is just spilling all over, and it's messy. All right. I'm going to do some fire.
You got one more. Yeah.
All right, so something with a lighter. Don't smoke. All right, so I mentioned that it's the vapors that burn, not the liquid. So do things like that.
Do you want to take the trophy home tonight?
So for transfers, something like this.
I want to present the trophy to the most valuable player today. The MVP of the match
I
tonight.
have a transfer that I like. Alright, I'm going to talk a little bit about fire hitting. I've taught a lot of people how to do this, people who've been doing fire for many, many years. And the thing that most people have trouble getting over is actually bringing fire towards your face. So if you can get over that. But essentially what I do is I'm going to put it on, I'm going to land it on my tongue, and then I'm going to use my tongue to guide it into my mouth, and then I'll close my mouth over it, cutting off the oxygen. So if you start putting some of this together, you can do a little fire routine. And one thing I sometimes do is I will light other people on fire. I've never actually done this to her before, but she agreed to earlier. Alright, so I'm wearing NFD swag. They're going to be performing at Powderhorn Park on June 23rd. It's a free show, but they happily take donations, and they're going to have a lot more fire performance and big fire. So recommend that you check that out. And I can either take questions or I can do more fire. I don't know what the timing is, but I didn't bring a good wool for the fans, but yeah, I put my lips around the stick, but I don't actually touch it with my lips because it's way too hot to do that, and I have burned my lips.
That was a similar question. So my second question is, have you ever lit yourself on fire? Like
Unintentionally
Yeah.
lit myself on fire. Yeah. So I think the worst was somebody else accidentally lit my skirt on fire. So I ended up getting second-degree burns kind of up my forearm. That's about the worst, but most of the time it's just like burning some eyelashes, which makes mascara a little awkward for, a few days. So, or like singe the end of your hair or something. And I smell great like burning hair right now. So. All right, do you have any other questions? About 8 o'clock. They do 2 dry runs before they do 2 fueled runs. So.
They make Facebook events too.
Yes, if you look up Northern Fire Dynamic on Facebook, you will find their page, and they might have a show in August if they get accepted to Birmingham. So. Do I have any other questions right now? Oh, yeah. So basically, I had some friends who did it, and I thought it was cool, so I asked them to teach me, and then they did. And it, I know there's one person in the Twin Cities who teaches it for money, but I prefer to just if I know somebody who's interested, I tend to and I know them and stuff. I'm not gonna everybody here, but I'll generally just kind of teach people for free because that's how I was introduced. So when people you love, want to share the things they love with you, Sure. All right.
Fire!
I'll see if I have enough. I still have to finish my drink, so if people want to come up and like touch some props or whatever. I'm done.
All right, thank you everyone for coming out. Feel free to linger around.